Right, I decided I'd give Jamie Strange, the Labour List MP for Hamilton East, a bit of a call and see how he's going, what he's up to, how this has impacted him, and see if he's got anything he'd like to say to the, well, Hamilton East community, but the Hamilton community, really. So, Jamie, you there?
Yeah, yeah. Hi, Lance. Yeah, so obviously day two of the lockdown. We're here at home. I'm working from home, as is my wife, and we've got our four children here at home. We've sort of been in the process of setting up their various online accounts with logins from their teachers.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's been a bit of a process, but I think that we're there now, and then we're just sort of trying to structure the day, around around some learning for the kids, but also exercise, and then some. We're also looking at some life skills. So we're cooking with the kids. Um, I'm going to be building um, a table, and so I'll incorporate the kids learning into that. And
Cool.
then also just got the flat tyre. So teach them how to change the flat tyre later on.
Sweet. Yeah. Yeah, I decided to do a couple of things. I found there's a few parents take their kids for a walk past on the street past me, and since I'm at the front, I decided to put some soft toys and stuff in the windows to amuse the kids. Um,
Yeah,
and I've
that's it.
decided to regularly have lunch sitting on my front step so that anyone
Oh,
walking past can wave and say hi, and if neighbours want to do the same and have a coffee outside and wave across the street from me, you know, it all comes down to doing what you can to keep not just your own spirits up, but other people's. And
oh,
it's
that's right.
it's easy enough for me to make up my. It's normally been noodles, just because I decided that will be the thing for lunch at the moment, and sit on the porch and I've generally got my tablet device with me, so I sit there with my cup of tea and my lunch and watch a bit of Netflix and wave at people as they walk past, and
The key to getting through this is community.
yeah,
It's all of us working together. Um, and when people are out going for walks, I've seen people keeping their distance really well, but at the same time giving a little wave to people
yeah,
as they go past. Um, and I think that there really is a sense that we're all in this together, and that we're all working together. And I've seen the country come together, which is really positive.
yeah. It's a lot of it's your own personal mindset as well. I can do a lot of stuff from home. I'm doing a lot of photo editing, and both I've ended up doing a couple of things for other people online. Well, remotely, but also catching up on all the backlog of personal stuff that I haven't got round to doing and things like this, and
Yeah,
turning it into a bit of an event. It's like you're stuck with the situation. You've got to deal with it. So make the most out of it instead of moaning about it. Find ways to enjoy it and to make it fun and
yeah,
stuff like this. And I am every day trying to create some piece of imagery um, that's amusing or fun, be it a couple of photographs I've done. You may have seen them. I've done of myself. One of me, I just did a bit of a joke going out to check the mailbox, zombie
yeah,
apocalypse type photo, and
yeah,
couple of things like this. I'll probably
yeah,
be as I go through my own photos. I'll probably find ones there that are ones I've taken from quite a while back of some landscapes or things I've seen and that sort of thing. So yeah,
yeah, yeah. Great.
but so
Oh,
far, I've seen the people who've walked past on the whole. People have been nice and friendly and waved, and yeah, I know there's a few people around the country that are ignoring the lockdown to some degree. But I haven't been out yet since the lockdown for my first trip to the supermarket. But I was going to do it today, but it was raining. I haven't checked the weather yet. I was going to go and see if I can scrounge up some coffee, ground coffee, because the one thing I forgot to get before the lockdown was ground coffee. Um, um, and not that it's important, but you know,
And
it's
you don't have a shaky hand, eh?
yeah, it's yeah, it's just no. uh, I don't drink instant coffee. All my coffee that I drink is normally out at a calf. So I thought, oh, crank up. I've got an old coffee percolator here that's probably about 80, 90 years old. Um,
Yeah,
that I might crank up and make some coffee with that. And the thing is, because you don't have to rush around doing things, for us that are locked in that aren't essential services, um, it's quite nice to be able to just spend time sitting on the front step and relaxing and looking at the world go past and hoping that all our essential service workers, supermarket
yeah,
workers, and medical staff are actually surviving this okay because it must be a bit hectic for
yeah,
them.
yeah. Oh, absolutely. I was in a pharmacy just a couple of days ago, um, in, encouraging the staff, and oh, look, they're reasonably run off their feet. Yeah, so look, anyone who's associated with health, or or other essential services, like you say, for them, life is very busy, and they've got that added aspect of keeping themselves safe as well. So
Yeah,
yeah, um, um, continue to thank them for the
yeah.
work that they're doing.
It'll be interesting to see how the supermarket thing goes with queues because on the final day I rode past a couple of well basically the main supermarkets near me and found queues a mile long. Now they will probably have petered out, but because I set myself up beforehand reasonably well without panic buying, I'd been doing it for weeks. I just bought a little bit extra each week as when I went out. Um, so I'm using this theory because I ride a bike everywhere. I'm using this theory that what I'll do is, I'll if I go to the supermarket, I will ride to the supermarket, gets me my fresh air. I'll go to the first supermarket. If there's no queue outside, then I'll go into that one.
Yeah,
I've got about three or four that are really close at hand in my neighbourhood. So if one has queues, I would just go to the next one. For two reasons. I don't want to. I hate standing in queues, and I don't want to
yeah,
stand in a queue at this time. At this time, that
yeah,
just increases your chances of being exposed to the virus. But also,
yeah,
a long queue means that that particular supermarket is overloaded. So
mm,
my theory is if I can go to another one and find one that has either no queue or a very, very short queue, well, that
yeah,
just shifts the load. And
yeah,
if the day I go out, they all happen to have long queues, well, I'll just go home because although I do want to do a bit of shopping sort of at least once a week, I'm set up enough that if I go out and the queues are long and I'll go home. It's not a big deal. I can give that a crack the next day. But I don't
I know
think
what you mean.
I don't think queues are going to be that long, to be honest. Once the lockdown
Oh no,
now,
I think people are sitting down.
yeah,
Hey, look, I better go, but
yep,
thanks very much.
cool. Thanks very much for your time
And
and stay safe.
yeah, same to you and everyone else. Yeah, we're all in this together, and there's a strong sense of community out there, so let's keep
Yeah,
that going.